105th anniversary of the KSOC, and especially your remarks and your time with our athlete for some Q&A session. It would be very much inspired and encouraging for them. So once again, thank you very much, and then I hope that you will have an enjoyed time within KOC or family. Floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, President Ryu, and a very hello and happy 105th anniversary. It is really wonderful to be with all of you. It is a great honor for me. The last time that I was in Korea, we were celebrating the Youth Olympic Games and the strong culture. I was very impressed with all of the support that has always been given to your athletes and to the values of the Olympic movement. Korea is an extremely strong partner for us, and we have incredibly good memories of Pyeongchang and the legacy of Pyeongchang with the Gangwon Youth Olympic Games. You have led the way for us to be able to reuse the different facilities that were built for the Pyeongchang Games. And this is a great thing for our movement as we move forward. Your dedication to sport, and as I see that no sport, no future is the celebration line for now, that remains very strong commitment from yourselves to ensure that sport remains relevant within the Korean communities across your country. The IOC is here to stand next to you, to stand by you, to ensure that we strengthen our relationship, to ensure that we walk this road together. We are very excited that you are celebrating 105 years this year and today, and we congratulate you for getting stronger and stronger. We hope that this partnership, and it really is a true partnership, will only continue to grow in strength, in friendship, and in commitment to sport and global sport around the world. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really looking forward to finally coming to Korea in person as president and to spending some time with you and to working with you, President Ryu, and your National Olympic Committee and your sports fraternity to ensure that we create more opportunities for Korea, for your athletes, and for the sports movement, and of course the International Olympic Committee. Thank you so much for having me join, and I look forward to speaking with your athletes.
I represented the Republic of Korea in short track speed skating at the 2018 Pyeongchang and 2022 Beijing Olympic Games. Madam President, as the first female leader to serve the IOC, you're leading the future of the Olympic movement in a truly historic way. Your leadership continues to inspire not only myself, but also many fellow athletes and members of the global sports community. Today, I would like to ask you two questions. First, as a woman in a prominent leadership position in sports, what sense of responsibility do you carry and what vision and values guide you as you lead the Olympic movement forward? Secondly, as a pioneering female leader, your presence holds great meaning for many aspiring women in sports. Would you share any message or advice to those who dream of taking on leadership roles in the sports world? It was my pleasure interviewing you. Thank you so much for sharing your great message and advice to us today.
Thank you so much for your questions, and congratulations for competing. If you, as you said, you were there in 2018 and 2022. And I'm hoping that I got to watch you because I went to the speed skating often. It's one of my favorite events to watch. So thank you for sharing that with me. Two things. I think in this responsibility, in this organization, it is the responsibility for me to be able to ensure that more women across our movement have the opportunity to lead. So one of the visions that I have is that we don't just have equal parity on the field of play, but also in coaching, also in the leadership of national Olympic committees, in international federations. I'd like to see more women being given the opportunity to lead our organization across all stakeholders. And I'm looking forward to working with stakeholders to ensure that we can continue this trend moving forward. It was really incredible to see that we had 50-50 athletes in Paris, but we need to do more. We need to ensure that not just the athletes are 50-50, but that throughout our boards, throughout our federations, throughout the national federations, not just the international federations. We all come from national federations. We all come from a national sporting body. How can we help improve the chances and open up opportunities for young women to lead across our movement? This will be one of the visions, and this is one of the responsibilities that I feel I have to our Olympic movement. If I could give some advice, the advice that I would give and I would share is to all people, to women and men, that when they have the opportunity to lead, they should take that opportunity. They should take that opportunity with the responsibility that they're serving our movement, that they get an opportunity to give back to sport. They get an opportunity to give back to inspiring the next generation of young professional athletes, amateur athletes, athletes in our community. This is what the sporting world is about. So always take any opportunity that comes your way to ensure that you can give back and you can serve our movement to make it stronger.
님께서 오랜 선수 생활 동안 총 5차례 올림픽에 출전하시고 총 7개의 메달을 획득하며 선수로서의 빛나는 전성기를 보내신 것으로 알고 있습니다. 먼저 위원장님께서 선수로서의 전성기를 마치시고 은퇴하신 이후 가장 어려웠던 시기는 언제이셨고 그것을 어떻게 극복하셨는지 궁금합니다. 또 두 번째로 IOC 차원에서 선수 커리어의 연속성을 위해 중점을 두고 추진하고 있거나 추진하려고 하는 계획에 대해서 질문드리고 싶습니다. 감사합니다.
곧 위원장님께서 설명을 듣고 나시면 답변을 주실 겁니다.
Thank you, 감사합니다. Thank you for your questions. So one of the hardest times I think for an athlete is when they're retiring. The transition from being an athlete into a normal person. What does that look like? It can be very scary. And I was very lucky that I had people around me to have those conversations early. So I started thinking about what I wanted to try to do very early on before I retired. About 4 years before I retired, I started having those conversations with my team to look about the future. And that can be quite scary. Like I said, it can be very tough. But the more you can plan, the more you can train, and that's something that as athletes we do. We train every day to be the best on the field of play. Life is a big field of play, so we have to train just as hard to be good after our athletic career. And training and taking into account what we want to do and how we want to proceed can only help for us to make that transition easier. So I hope that was very clear. The hardest part, I think, is transitioning. The thing that makes the transition easier is training. By talking about it, by preparing. That's really, even if you don't know exactly what it is you want to do, talking about things, planning to try new things, that is really, I think, what will help for the transition to be a little bit easier. In terms of some of the programs for the Olympic movement, I really want to focus on how we can help athletes becoming Olympians. For me, the part of the journey that was very difficult was the beginning. Once I became an Olympic champion, many opportunities opened up. But the journey to becoming an Olympic champion was a little bit harder. And I want the organization to look at how we can further support athletes on their journey to becoming Olympians. And then I want to look at how we can help support athletes in their career transition. What does that look like? And how best can we help support them in that transition? The Olympic movement is a big movement, and we have many friends around the world. How can we reach out to different organizations to help talk to them about prospects, about athletes that now would like to get in touch with them or would like to work for them? We could maybe bridge those gaps and do that. So these are some of the programs that I hope the IOC will look more into in the next few months, and we'll be able to work very closely with the athletes on their journey to becoming Olympians, and then as they walk off the field of play, helping them to become successful in their everyday life.
최민정 선수가 IOC 위원장님께 사인 티셔츠를 선물 드리는 마음을 전해주신다고 합니다. 네, 유승민 회장님 메시지 부탁드릴게요.
Hi, Ryu, I can hear you.
Yeah, Madam President, thank you very much for your valuable time and comment. This is prepared by our athlete. They're also wearing shirts. So I will deliver this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, in next week in Singapore in World Athletics World Championships.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you. 감사합니다.
네, 인사의 티셔츠를 받기를 고대한다고 하셨습니다.